Hi guys, welcome back. Today I have made some page toppers, but thin ones. And I'm going to use magnets with them. Wow, this is still so close. I still haven't gotten my flexi phone holder yet, but I'm working on it. So I'm going to have to just work through this. This is what I'm working from. And these are page toppers, edge of pages where you can put on both sides, but I'm going to use a magnet for them. And you don't have to, but that's what I'm going to do. So this is available on my Etsy store, and I'll put the link below. But what we're going to do is I've already cut some of these out. I did one and cut it out. Hopefully you can see these okay. What you need to do is we're going to have 2 pieces of cardstock put together. Don't go too heavy. These are 60 pounds. Take you some, I don't know, if you have any of these clips. These are quilters clips. Guys, I tell you what, these things are great for everything. And they're flat on the back, so they lay flat. They're wonderful. They're quilters clips is what they are. But I want you to go around your whole thing here because you need to stabilize this so these can't move. I want you to cut them at the same time, because if you don't, your papers aren't going to be exactly the same width or whatever. Let me show you an example. This one I had already cut out and I forgot to double it up. Now I already had it done. So I went ahead and took an extra piece of paper and I cut it out. And as you can see, you see how it didn't cut the same size? See the white line on it? So I would have to take this and I'd have to cut and make it so it would fit with each other. You don't want to do that. That's just extra work. So I did get a couple ready here, but I'm going to use specimen. I made some that would be for the top. These would go over the top of the page. And then this set would go from the side of the page. It would go this way and hook in this way, and these would go over the top and hook this way. And I'll show you in a journal in a little bit. So what you need to do then is get back to this, and you're going to cut around all this. And I've already got one ready to go here. You're going to cut this out, and then before you do anything else, you're going to ink the edges. Ink all 4 sides of both sides of each piece. So see, I have 2 pieces together here. Oh, come on, they're not going to come apart now. Oh my gosh, fingers, come on. Okay, so I have 2 together. After I ink them, I put a dab of glue at the very top right here, and I went ahead and glued these 2 pieces together so they would hold and be easier to work with when I got ready to mount the magnets. I left this white. I could have put something else on it or covered it with that, whatever. I did distress it just a little bit with some ink, but I left it so it could be wrote on if you want. You can stamp it, with a saying, some sentiment of whatever, or hide you a little secret, you know, daily inspiration or whatever you want on the inside of it. So that's what we're going to do. This one here, like I said, this one goes over from the side this way. This one has a magnet in it already. You can hear it. Listen. Okay. So this is what we're going to make. This one's already done. So this one goes this direction. And this one is going to go the other direction. So now what we're going to do is get ready to, well, I guess I should explain this part to you. These are very small magnets, very strong magnets too. You see that? Very, very tiny next to my finger. And they're very thin. They look big there. Kind of hard to get that to focus. And, you know, a lot of people use a magnet on this side and they use a magnet on this side. That's a waste as far as I'm concerned. So I put a magnet on one side. It doesn't matter which side that it goes on. Put a magnet on one side, and I use a very tiny electronics magnet. So, or excuse me, washer. So you want it to be just a little bit bigger than your a little bit bigger than your magnet. So it sets in there. You don't want the magnet to be smaller than your hole because then it's going to cause you problems with your paper. I think, okay, the magnet itself, this one here I'm using, it's 5 millimeter by 1 millimeter. And that equates to 3/16 of an inch by 1/32 of an inch. And I'm guessing this washer is a little bigger than, yes, a little bigger than a 1/4 inch. So this is what we're going to use. So after you've got everything inked up and you've got these two pieces put together already, let me show you in an example here because I think I did not cut this one yet. Once you bend these together and you have two layers, when you bend them over, it's going to cause the inner layer to stick out a little further than the top layer, just like our signatures do. You know, if you don't mind that, that's fine. But if you do, and you want those to be even, just make sure you've got that where you need it before you do any gluing or anything. Or you can even do it after you glued it. It would probably be better to do that. But I'm not going to do that right now. I am going to take this, hold it together, and we're going to go ahead and snip that edge off right there and make that even. And you do that before you do any vinyl gluing down here because you see now I'm going to need to re-ink this because now it's got a white edge. So go back through and re-ink all that white off, and then you're going to end up with this. And then you're going to be ready to put your magnet in. So let's get my volcano glue ready here. Guess I should have already had this part done. My bottle's getting close to being empty, and believe it or not, it has a hole up in here where this separated right here, which is crazy. So it's gotten air into it, but I'm trying to savor every last bit of glue. You know how you don't like to waste glue. Come on. Oh, I should have had this ready already. There we go. We're coming. Okay, so we're going to take and put a dot of glue in here. Come on, off of there, please. And separate this. If it will come apart with one finger here. And you're going to put your washer or your magnet, whichever side you decide to use. Just make sure you got a good amount of glue on it and you got it centered in there where you want it. And center it again because it moved. And then we're going to go and finish gluing up the rest of this page or strip. My bird is giving her opinion. I don't know if you can hear her in the background. She's my African gray. And she has a potty mouth, guys. So if she says anything you are offended by, please just ignore her. She's a rescue. And she came with all kinds of language. It's like, oh my gosh. Okay, anyways. Make sure you don't have any glue on the edge. So kind of check it out here a little bit as you go. and then put this together here. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other side. Only this time we're going to put the magnet in. So, and this is a double-sided magnet, the meaning that it will stick to either side. Some are not, so you have to pay attention before you start gluing things down to which direction your magnet is facing. So just be aware of what kind of magnet you're using. Okay, want that to set just a little bit there. And then we're going to go glue the rest of this strip. Make sure you get some on top of that magnet. You really want that booger to be set down in there really well. Check your edges. Do I got enough glue on? I don't know. I think I need a little more glue on that bottom piece. Okay. And then just put her together. Make sure it's in there straight. And this side here, you can just feel the magnet a little bit more on this side. Make sure. Hopefully I got enough glue on each side of that magnet. You want to make sure, oops, bump the camera. You want to make sure you see that's trying to peek through right there. Hold that down on each side until that adheres all the way around your magnet. You don't want your paper to come apart. It shouldn't with this glue, but this one's, it's Beacon 809. Let's see. Okay, that side's fine and that side's fine. So now we got it done. Now that piece is done. Now you don't have to put magnets in these. You don't have to. You really don't. You can glue these right down directly to your page if it's something that you particularly like on a certain page and you know you're not going to move it around or you don't care about anything like that. So that's up to you. You just do it however it suits you. And then, so these are for the top. These go over the top and hang down like this. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, I did say I was going to show you in, put that up. Let me show you in one of my journals here. Let's see what I can do here. Hopefully you can see this okay. This is so close. Might have to try to move the camera here in a minute, but anyway, let's take that off and separate this. And it just goes over the edge of your page, just like so. So see, you have one can look like that. And then the other one you put over the top of your page and it comes down over it like this. Then if you want, let's see if I can set this back down. Now, it's not heavy enough for a heavy piece of paper, but it is enough where it will hold a small piece of paper, a little note or something. It's not going to hold something heavy, but it'll hold a very small note. You know, just regular writing paper or something if you wanted to stick some under there. So, but that's how those work. Just like that. Okay. That's pretty much it for this one. See you guys next time. Y'all have a good day and hope everyone's doing good. Till next time. Bye. Okay, what's going on?